So I'm here to interview Bentil from GUTTA Soles. And so I have some questions for you. Why are we here today?
We are here today to give some insight into why we didn't finish our campaign and the challenges that we face. And I think a lot of you who supported us are very eager to hear why you don't have your shoes yet. So that's why we're here today.
So first of all, can you tell me a little bit about the campaign itself for people who don't know?
Yeah, the campaign was basically to provide healthcare and support for the guys who make the shoes. And we started out about a year ago, about 13 months ago, and we were funded successfully. But yeah, we had a few challenges in between.
And the campaign takes place in Germany, so why in Germany?
The campaign was in Germany because a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, used Start Next for a campaign, and he thought it would be a good idea to raise money for our workers. So that's how we got started, and I thought it was a good idea too.
Why was it a good idea? Like, why did it differ from other crowdfunding campaigns?
Well, in other crowdfunding campaigns, people don't have the product yet. They're more like trying to create a product, and we already had a product, and we just wanted support for our operation because we had no investment since the beginning of when we started making the shoes.
So now that you have the campaign, the price of the shoes changed. So how was the price before that?
The price of the shoes was basically from $300 to $600. And we thought for the campaign that we would make it cheaper and accessible for everybody. So we lowered it down to 99 euros, which is about a third of the price that we usually charge.
That's like quite low, so why did you change the price to like
We wanted to make it like affordable and wanted to somehow create more volume. You know, we thought we'd have a lot of supporters, like 200-300, and you know, the numbers would be great, so it would be easier for us to complete the campaign.
Yeah. Okay, so as you said in the beginning, some things haven't been going well, and you're kind of struggling. So what is it exactly that you have been struggling with throughout this 30 months?
During the campaign, we had a couple of challenges. The art center where we have our workshop here was raided by the government, and our workshop was completely compromised. So we had to kind of change the goal from healthcare and to help the guys to building a new workshop. Also, the currency was devalued in Ghana. If you follow economics, we went through a big inflation here, and everything got much more expensive than when we first started the campaign. So that was another challenge that I thought about.
Okay. So even though you had all these challenges, how many, as you say, gifts were you able to produce during that time?
Obviously, we weren't able to produce a lot. It's about 25 out of 104 shoes that we were able to produce. So it's not like we didn't do anything, but I knew we wouldn't finish by our deadline, so.
Yeah. So 25 shoes in 30 months. Why weren't you able to continue for the goal for 104 shoes?
Our production was basically stopped because we ran out of money to produce, to pay the guys. I mean, I didn't have any money left from the campaign, barely, when we got here because of the workshop having to be rebuilt and everything. And we had to raise a lot of extra money since I've been here. And basically the workshop and that and the currency devaluation, the money was very unpredictable. I had to bring it from my own pocket. So I decided to stop production because it was taking away from our company, and we still run a company. We have to sell shoes. We have not sold any shoes for the past 13 months, and it got very bad to the point where we might go into bankruptcy or the company might fail. So I had to stop the production and focus on producing shoes again.
Okay, so the supporters who already like put their money in for their orders, when can they expect like the delivery for the shoes?
We are now trying to find a way out of this problem, and the only way out is to basically sell more shoes. So I'm thinking somewhere in the later part of 2016, we still will be able to deliver. We're not saying that we are not delivering the shoes, but we're definitely not gonna, we're past our deadline. So I have to be honest with ourselves and look at the situation and pace it a little bit longer.
Yeah. So now the situation you have been in, you can't deliver the shoes at a certain, you don't even know like if it's possible still. So what would you do differently, like going back in time and like
going back in time? It sounds kind of crazy, but we would definitely increase the price of the shoes and be more kind of adaptive to the situation as it was going along, because we didn't know, that it was we've never made that many shoes in our life at the same time in the life of the company. So I think there's a couple of things that we could do better, but then some of the things we couldn't control. So, the good and the bad of crowdfunding and having a company in Africa.
So for you personally, how has the process been like, going all through that?
For me personally, it was great because I love the support from everybody in Germany and people cared. But at the same time, I'm a musician and I'm not just in Ghana. So I've been here the past 13 months, basically trying to make this thing work and raising money. And I've put everything else on hold. So it kind of affected me in a positive way because I felt like I was doing something for the campaign and for the people, but also in a negative way because I'm kind of stuck here doing this thing. And I don't blame anybody. It's like I said, things that we can't control. Most of it they put us in this situation.
Thank you for meeting me here in Accra today, and I think like you brought all the background information that people in Germany wants to hear, and like maybe get a more deeper insight how it is to build up a project here in Ghana, in Accra. Like unexpected situations come up all the time, so I'm really happy you could.
And I'm happy that you can be here to interview me, and that the German people can see somebody from Germany here. And it kind of looks like I guess to some people that we took the money and ran to Africa, but this has been a very tedious process that I have put my whole life into. I put everything I had, and I'm not gonna let people go without getting their shoes. Like, that's not gonna happen. But we do need to maintain the company. So I'm begging for your forgiveness and thank you for patiently dealing with us. And I look forward to sending you the next message saying we're shipping the shoes.